Shalom is Brother Yashima Zakar from the Israelite Times Report, IsraeliteTimes.com. Upon my watch, all praises are due to Yahweh by Shem Yahawashi. Peace and blessings to all the brothers spread across the four corners of the earth, pushing the truth and sincerity, getting into some news and prophecy. As you know, Esau is pushing his agenda, and we're cheerleading because we want him to go ahead and fulfill his lot, you know, and do what he needs to do to get this thing rolling. A lot of madness in the world, but I'm going to get into some news and prophecy. It says here from reclaimthenet.org, the United Nations wants people to report each other for hate speech. And what have we been telling you, brothers, that there's going to come a time of the famine of the word, you know, not just the famine of bread, but the famine of the word. So the United Nations is pushing for people to report on each other for hate speech. And who is that specifically going to target? The men of the Lord, the men that's crying and sighing for the abominations thereof, the abominations in this earth, man. The men that are constantly on their watch and reporting back to the Most High Power, Yahweh by Shem Yahawashi, and telling on this goddamn devil. That's what this is for. Okay? Through the Spirit. We know this. You might say, "Oh no, it's about the globalist land." No, fuck that. It's about shutting the mouth of the men that are crying and sighing, and revealing the wickedness of this devil. Okay, so I'm gonna read the title again. It says the United Nations want people to report each other for hate speech. It says there's been a lot of talk about the United Nations and its actions of late, mostly those actions that fall way beyond the scope of what its founding charter designates the organization's role to be. It says a short history reminder: the UN is basically the international body that succeeded the League of Nations, the one that failed to prevent the previous atrocious World War. Let me see. I'm going to skip down here. It says, you would think that with the real danger of another global war, oh, it's going to be a global war, all right. It says, you would think with the real danger of another global war now on the cards that would take up all of the UN's energy and focus. It said, but you would be wrong. It says, here the United Nations dabbling in things like alleged hate speech. Okay? Their focus is on hate speech, removing hate speech from being online. Why? Because the word of the Lord is being published via the internet. It's doing the heavy lifting. And they want to stop that. Here's the problem for them. The word of the Lord has already gone out. And all over the world, Israelites are waking up to who they are, their true nationality. And there's nothing they can do to stop that. That movement has already begun. That has already taken place. They're years too late with all of their coons that they put in place, all of the misinformation, disinformation, the lies, the stumbling blocks. It still didn't stop the elect from taking hold of this word. And you can't stop it, you goddamn devil. You cannot stop it. And you know what? Neither can you goddamn niggas either. Oh, you damn Kemet assholes. You couldn't stop it with your little fake ass debates and shit. You couldn't stop it either. You can't stop prophecy. What's my favorite chapter? Habakkuk, second chapter. In the end, it shall speak and not lie. No, are we not at the end? Are the scriptures not speaking loudly? The scriptures are screaming. So now they're trying to remove what they deem as hate speech from the internet. It says the United Nations is now using its always precarious resources depending on member countries' contribution and consequently the way the organization satisfies the biggest contributors' own agendas to deal with things like real or perceived hate speech. Okay. So then this article goes on to show the hypocrisy in that. But it also says it seems almost absurd, yet here it is. The UN is reported to be descending into internet censorship by encouraging people to report one another for hate speech online. So anyway, they go on to talk about the matter of fact, let me get this part. It says, well, according to a UN tweet, there's as many as 8 pause, fact check, react, challenge, support, report, educate, and commit. So anyway, they're basically what they're trying to do is get people to be tattletales, snitches, and tell the authorities when they have friends, family members, and neighbors that say things that are out of the way. They want the people to do the policing. And you know who they're trying to target. Who are the crazies? Who are the people that they deem the most dangerous threat? Who did George Bush call the prophets of doom? The Israelites. We're the problem. So ultimately, they're trying to bring about a way to avoid judgment. Okay, and then they're out of their goddamn mind to think that they've done all of this wickedness, destroyed the whole entire planet in more ways than one, and now all of a sudden their demonic asses are gonna, get off the hook. But this is their imagination. Okay. Psalms second chapter, first verse says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? It's a vain thing, a vain imagination to think that they're gonna censor the prophets of the Lord. Now all of a sudden they're gonna be able to escape judgment. You out of your goddamn mind. The kings of the earth, because that's who's controlling this or dictating this so-called censorship of hate speech. The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together, right? There goes that crafty counsel. Okay, take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. Okay, they take this crafty counsel. They think they're going to find a way to stop the word of the Lord from coming out. Says, he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh. The Lord shall have them in derision. Lord is mocking you, you morons. Scriptures tell you the Lord is not mocked. God is not mocked. But the Lord will mock you. And he is mocking you and your little stupid ass counsel. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. They shall, then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them in sore displeasure. Yet I have set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son, this day have I begotten thee. Okay. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. And this is what they're trying to avoid. This is why they want us to shut up, because they don't want us to come back to the realization that this is not living. We are not in our kingdom. They want you to be good niggas and walk around with your goddamn lip poked out, your lip hanging to the floor, worried about chicken and football. They don't want you looking into your nationality and your true heritage. They don't want you doing that. And we have become a problem. So the devil's going to come down with great wrath. But the Lord is going to mock them and vex them with a sore displeasure. Long story short, he's going to fuck them up. Excuse my language. But if you think my language is brutal, you have no idea what the Lord is going to do to these people. If you need a reminder as to why the Lord is going to absolutely destroy this place, let me get this article here from Zero Hedge. It says, excuse me, it says, watch, Biden's trans health official says gender affirming care for kids is literally suicide prevention. In case you don't know, Biden has a trans health official. And the irony in that's how far Babylon has fallen. The Biden administration has a trans health official. And this trans official's name is Admiral Rachel Levine. And this is what it says. Is what it says in Zero Hedge. It says Admiral Rachel Levine, the Biden administration's transgender assistant secretary for health, has declared that gender affirming care, blocking puberty, removing genitals, or adding fake genitals is necessary to keep people, including children, mentally healthy and to stop them from killing themselves. You know, but what they're not reporting, or what she is not reporting, is that there's many reports of children that have had this surgery done, that have so-called transformed themselves, that have later on grew up to regret it and have become depressed and suicidal. That's the flip side that they're not telling you. It says here in the article, yes, really, it said, this is a quote, it says, it's such an important issue for our youth and adults, Levine stated in the video produced by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, adding, quote, we often say that gender affirming care is health care, gender affirming care is mental health care, and gender affirming care is literally suicide prevention care. So they're attaching, cutting off your little boy's penis and your girl's breast, and they're attaching that to suicide prevention. You see why this place has got to be destroyed? And that goes for all you soft cookie ass Israelite niggas that say, oh, y'all talk about its destruction. All y'all talk about is destruction. You read an article like that and you know why this goddamn place has got to be destroyed. There's no way in hell you can read that as an Israelite, man of the Lord, that believes in the Bible and tries to keep the law to the best of your ability. There's no way you can read that and say that this place can continue on. If we're not at the end, then what the hell are we at? How are you not vexed? How are you not irritated, sickened by this madness? The Lord wants to destroy this place, man. And the proof of that, let me get right quick. Let me get Revelation 18 and 20. It says, rejoice over her. Who's the her? It's a goddamn wicked ass kingdom. United States of America. thou heaven and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God, Yahweh, have avenged you on her. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. That's what the Lord thinks about this place. So all you cookie cutter ass niggas that say, oh, you talk about destruction too much. That's what's coming, man. The sins have reached the heavens. The sins have reached up to heaven. It's time for this place to go. When you have the top health official in the president's administration or cabinet linking suicide prevention with cutting off children's genitals, it's time for this place to go. And we're going to rejoice in that day. That's what Revelation's 18th chapter just said. Rejoice. We're going to be happy. You think Lot was saddened? Hell, Lot left everything behind. And right now we're leaving everything behind. We're leaving this world behind. So when the destruction comes, we're going to rejoice. Hell, I rejoice just thinking about it. That's about the only thing I rejoice over is every day I see in the news prophecy jumping through the TV screen. I don't even watch TV, but I can say through my news feed, there's my rejoice. There's my joy. Anyway, I want to get off of that. I tell you what, let me get this. This came from naturalnews.com. It says here, UN's, again, back to the United Nations, a global digital compact to create Internet 2.0 with no freedom of speech and social credit scores for everyone. Okay, and that social credit score is going to be tied in to the mark of the beast. Because once they implant you with that chip, they can take everything from you. All your funds can be wiped out in an instant. Okay, so if you say something they deem as hate speech or something that goes against this devil's agenda, let's say like the government or whatever, they can shut your account down. But your account is going to be in your chip, your name, your date of birth, your birth certificate, your social security, your benefits, everything, your health status, everything is going to be in that chip. Okay. So if it sounds like I'm going in on internet censorship, yeah, because everything leads back to the mark. It leads back to the MOTB. It says the United Nations UN has released a following report to its 2021 Our Common Agenda. That's what it's called, Our Common Agenda, called a Global Digital Compact that, like its name suggests, presents a framework for enslaving the entire world, digitalized tyranny. Okay, because that's how this devil is, or at least this is how he believes he's going to take complete rulership. But the earth was given into the hands of the wicked, so he's already in the power seat. But he wants to be God on earth, just to make that clear. He wants to be God on earth, and he believes he's going to do that through digital means. Okay, the Internet of Things. So this is what the mark is all about. It's about programming your insides, so he can have full control and access to you, inside and out. It says a brand new internet where no free speech is allowed, combined with a social credit scoring system to weed out the detractors and resistors, seem to be the gist of the document, along with a completely new financial system based on digital identification protocols. Listen to this. Listen. A brand new internet where no free speech allowed, combined with a social credit scoring system. So that's the social credit scoring system is dealing with finance. Okay. And it also dictates your movements and what facilities you're allowed entry or access to. So listen carefully to what this article is saying. A brand new internet. So that means they're going to shut down this internet, right? Because everything's online. Your banking is online. Okay. Your life story is online. Everything you do is online. That was the whole purpose of getting everybody online in the first place, so they can create this beast system. A brand new internet where no free speech is allowed, combined with a social credit scoring system. The social credit scoring will basically monitor your behavior and how you act. And if you don't acquiesce to this system and follow the protocols, the demands, the mandates, and the decrees, the unrighteous decrees of this new world order, your score gets lowered. And if your score gets so low, you won't be able to travel and you won't have access to the markets. As you can see, they already have in DC. They have a Whole Foods where you have to scan your hand. You have to, wave your hand. This is a reality, people. Playtime is over. All that shit that you've been hearing, I remember 2013, 2014, there was these niggas saying, "Oh, I don't believe that there's a chip." Then they said, "Well, even if there is a chip, that's not the mark of the beast." You full of shit. This system is in place, man. Playtime is over. It's time for you niggas to just come out and admit that you were wrong and warn the people. Give them warning of me. Okay? That's what the scriptures tell you. Tell you, the blood is going to be on your hands. I'm roughly paraphrasing. But the blood is going to be on your hands if you don't warn the people. Cry loud. Spare not. Lift up your voice like a trumpet. Show my people their transgressions. You need to be warning them ahead of time. Don't wait till they take the goddamn chip. So you know what, you probably shouldn't have took it. You're supposed to be giving them warning now. Again, I'm sorry. I keep, you know, let me get back to it, to the article. Again, it's from Natural News. It says a brand new internet where no free speech is allowed, combined with a social credit scoring system to weed out the detractors and resistors, seems to be the gist of the document, along with a completely new financial system based on digital identification protocols. And this is a quote. It says, digital IDs linked with bank or mobile money accounts can improve the delivery of social protection coverage and serve to better reach eligible beneficiaries. And listen to the wording that they're using. Digital IDs linked with bank or mobile money accounts can improve the delivery. Tongue twisted. It will improve the delivery of social protection coverage. So they always want to make everything so advanced and so high tech, so rapid, you know, and make it, oh, it's so much better now, you know. It says, let me see. It says digital technologies may help to reduce leakage, errors, and cost in the design of social protection programs. So they use these words like protection, right? They use words like protection and efficient and benefits. It's witchcraft. They're using witchcraft to reel you in, to get you to think that this is a good thing. And a lot of these stupid people will fall for that. They will fall for that. Let me see if there's more in this article I want to read. It says there are global warming and climate change components. Yeah, they're using that as well. It says a global digital compact as well. Businesses and individuals, and even individuals, will be tracked based on their so-called carbon footprint. So that's going to be another excuse they're going to use to get you to take that mark. You will not be able to buy or sell. No man, rich or poor, free or bond, right, will be able to buy or sell, save he to have the mark. So it's not going to matter how much money you got. Like, they're not going to say, hey, Floyd Mayweather, you know, you got hundreds of millions of dollars, assuming he still has that. You know, we're not going to give you the mark. No, they're going to get Floyd to bow down, take that chip, and then he's going to come out and promote it. Same thing with Jay-Z. If he don't know, Jay-Z probably already got the damn chip. Let me see. I'm gonna skip down a little bit. It says, because it's a long article. You can read it for yourself. It says here in a quote, I'll get this last part. It says sensors and monitors connected to the Internet of Things, cloud-based data platforms, blockchain-enabled tracking systems, and digital product passports unlock new capabilities for the measurement and tracking of environmental and social impacts across value chains. That's what the document states. Okay? Sensors and monitors connected to the Internet of Things. And who's going to be a part of that Internet of Things? You will. They're talking about using brain waves to connect you to the Internet. There's actual reports, there are actual documents, not only documents, but there's been meetings at the what do they call it? The World Economic Forum, where they've openly stated that they want your brain waves. They want your brain waves to be hooked up to the internet. so they can read your mind, read your thoughts. They don't even want you to think your own thoughts. It'll be a crime to think against the government, against the system. And you telling me yahawashi can't, you telling me yahawashi doesn't need to come back and destroy this place? Are you crazy? You're out of your damn mind. We are in need of a savior. We are definitely in need of a savior. What the scriptures say, unless he cut that time short, roughly paraphrasing, no flesh shall be saved, or the time will be shortened for the elect's sake. Matter of fact, let's get that right quick. You know where I'm going. Let's go ahead and get it, since I said it anyway. Mark 13:19, for in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation which Yahweh created unto this time, neither shall be. So it's telling you about the days to come, the troubles to come. And except that the Lord have shortened those days. That's why these days have got to be shortened, man. You can't be pushing for this place to go on. We're hastening the day. If you're not in that mindset, then you're not a man of the Lord. If you're not being afflicted, if you're not vexed, I'll say this again over and over and over and over again. You're not aligned with the Lord, man. I don't give a damn how you feel about it. There's no way in hell, man. It says, for in those days shall be affliction, such as was not from the beginning of the creation which Yahweh created until this time, neither shall be. And except that the Lord had shortened those days, no flesh should be saved. But for the elect's sake, whom he hath chosen, he hath shortened the days. Okay? And he was speaking about this time that we're in right now. Yahweh Shah was speaking about this time, because that's written in red. Those are the words of Yahweh Shah. He was speaking about this time. All right? As a matter of fact, let me get, I'll continue on. It says, and then if any man shall say to you, lo, here is the Mashiach, or lo, he is there, believe him not. For false Hamashiachs and false prophets shall rise and shall show signs and wonders to seduce, if it were possible, even the elect. All right? So just understand that you have a lot of false prophets running around telling you that the mark is something that is not. Understand that. The brothers that are in the know, you already in the know. Not worried about you. Talking about the hopeful elect amongst these evil, wicked as hierarchy in Israel, or teaching these people a false prophecy, telling them that Caesar Borgia, the image of Christ, that's the mark. Like you gonna walk into a goddamn convenience store. Hold up a picture of Caesar Borgia, aka Jesus Christ, white Jesus, and that's how you're gonna get your you're gonna purchase items by holding up a picture of Caesar Borgia. You need to understand you will not be able to buy or sell, period, unless you take that implantable device. But the elect are going to come out of that. I do believe, the elect will come out of that. The elect will wake up in time and realize what the real mark of the beast is. Because these false prophets and these false leaders, false teachers are not warning you. They're not giving you proper instruction about how to prepare yourself take in this word, eat the whole roll, right? And cast off this world, the cares of this world, okay? So you can get to the point where you're spiritually sound, where you're spiritually sound enough that you can withstand that great and evil day, when it comes, the hour of temptation. Matter of fact, let me get Ephesians 6:12. It says, "For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places." And you niggas that are teaching these people the wrong doctrine, you niggas, especially the ones that are saying that the mark of the beast is not the microchip, you are standing in a place, you in a high place of spiritual wickedness, man. It says, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand." Why is he saying take on the whole armor of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua? Why? Because you got some people that come in and they only halfway get it. But you need to be fully persuaded in your mind. You need to eat the whole roll, get the whole thing, because that's what it's going to take. It says, "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day." Why? Because that's going to be like something you never seen before. You're going to catch hell on every side. You're going to have faith. The just shall live by faith. It's going to take faith in that day. It ain't going to be no more bullshit. Ain't going to be no more Hebrew Israelite marching around and Kwam Yasharala. That shit's going to be over. You might say, "Oh, man, you bringing negativity." Look, this is the truth, man. If the scriptures is telling you that there's an evil day coming, there's nothing about that sounds good or pleasant, right? "Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth," okay? "And having on the breastplate of righteousness," right? That's the armor. "And your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace, above all, taking the shield of faith." Did you hear what it just said? Above all, taking the shield of faith. That's what it's going to take. It just gave you the instructions on how to withstand the evil day. You understand? Gird up. It says, having your loins girt up about with truth. So you need the truth. You need to know the whole truth. And having on the breastplate of righteousness, you need to come into practicing righteousness, rehearse the righteous acts. And your feet shod with preparation of the gospel of peace. But look what it says in the 16th verse. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye should be able to quench all the fiery darts, Well, let me read that again. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh B'Ashem Yahawashi. It's going to take all of that to withstand. So why are they preaching and teaching that, you're going to be here and, you should be figuring out how to be better husbands and shit like that? And the scriptures is telling you it's going to cut the day short. It's going to be a day of evil. And you're going to need to withstand it. If it was going to be an easy cakewalk, then why should we be putting on the whole armor? Armor is to go to war. You put on armor to go to war. You don't put on armor to go sit at your desk at work. That's for warfare. Armor is for warfare. Right? Am I tripping? We're about to go into war. It says we wrestle not with flesh and blood. This is war speech. This is war speak. So with all of that being said, I will stand upon my watch, right? And let me go to let me get another one of my favorites, Ezekiel, 3rd chapter. It says, and this is the 16th verse. It says, and it came to pass at the end of 7 days that the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth, and give them warning from me. That's what we're supposed to be doing, giving the people warning. This is what the Lord requires of us. You come into this knowledge, you come into this truth. You're supposed to give warning of the evil day, not, put it to the back or downplay it, make it sound like it's not that big of a deal because you're afraid people will look at you like you're crazy. The hell with them, man. The Lord said, give them warning from me. When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Damn. You hear that? It's our job to warn these people, man. Yet if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul. And that's what this is all about. The Lord knows who the elect are. Many were called, but few were chosen. The Lord chose them from the foundation of the earth. However, it's our job to warn them. So if you wonder why I get so pissed off at these people, at these high in status Israelites that are not warning and giving the people proper instruction as to what's to come, the great and evil day that is to come. This is why. Okay. Let me tell you what, let me finish that out. It says, again, when a righteous man doeth turn from his righteousness and commit iniquity, and I lay a stumbling block before him, he shall die because thou hast not given him warning. He shall die in his sin, and his righteousness, which he hath done, shall not be remembered, but his blood will I require at thine hand. Nevertheless, if thou warn the righteous man that the righteous sin not, and he doeth not sin, he shall surely live, because he is warned. Also, thou hast delivered thy soul. And again, I'll say it again. I know I ain't shit. And I ain't trying to be shit, especially in this goddamn society. I've been hated for a long time, called crazy for a long time. The Lord humbled me in many different ways. And I can honestly say, fuck this society. Excuse me. The hell with this world. I ain't got shit to look back to. For real. I mean, for real, for real. My thing is to give you warning, not to entertain you. I got a lot of listeners now on, these podcast platforms or whatever. I don't get many messages, so I don't know who's taking in what. But I'm telling you right now, you better be taking in this word. This is not a game. This is deadly serious. And I myself take this very seriously. I myself am trimming off different things, wrestling against these goddamn evil spirits, man. Because I know what's coming. I know that this is not a game. Like Allen Iverson said, not a game, not a game, not a game. Yeah, well, this is not a game. This is not for play. Esau is not playing, and the Lord is not playing either. Both sides are deadly serious. Esau is deadly serious about collapsing this so-called world that you live in and bringing up a new world order via the MOTB microchip. Deadly serious. And before I go, I want to mention this. There was a sister, and brothers have seen it. I started to play the clip, but I got to run in my mouth. There was a sister that I don't know what she believes in. I don't know if she in the truth. But she said that she posted a video saying that they're going to stage some kind of cyber attack, shut down the internet, and I'm roughly paraphrasing her. They're going to shut down the internet, meaning the wicked elites of Esau. They're going to shut down the internet, cause a blackout, and all of these stores are going to go digital. And basically, I can't remember everything she said, but when they shut down the internet and there's a blackout, when everything comes back up again, everything's going to be digitalized. Like that's going to be it. And at that point, she's basically saying you're going to have to make a decision, because the beast system will be fully operational. And she also made mention of the U.S. troops. You had these troops that have been going throughout these various cities, and that's happening right now. They're not talking about it on the news, so don't look for it on Fox News or CNN. That's why you need to look at alternative media. Okay. But anyways, what the sister said could very well be true. You know, we don't know. But it sounds logical when you think about it. It makes a lot of sense. Especially considering that they do have their infrastructure for this system, for this beast system in place. They've already tested out the digital currency. Okay, they've had that for years now. You got Elon Musk with his Neuralink. You know, the Neuralink is an implantable chip inside your brain. All of these things are taking place right now. You have the Fed Now system, CBDCs. All of these things are happening and taking place right now in real time. What's the purpose of them having these military troops moving throughout the cities? Is something coming? Something about to pop off that they're not telling us about? Probably. More than likely. So again, I don't know if this sister, you know, I don't know what she believe in, but it sounds like, you know, to me, like she's talking about the mark of the beast. So I would guess she believes in the Bible, because that's damn sure what she was alluding to. But we're gonna see, you know, very near future, man. Things are gonna get turned up. But I want to close with Luke 21:16. It says, "You shall be betrayed both by parents and brethren and kinfolks and friends, and some of you shall they cause to be put to death." This is the brutal reality. Okay? This is why you got to shake off the world, man. It says, "And ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. But there shall not an hair of your head perish. In your patience possess ye your souls." So you got to be patient, wait on the Lord. I always said this is his movie. And he has set an appointed time for all of these things to come to pass. And the just live by faith, right? The just live by faith. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. And the times that we're coming into, we're not going to see. We're not going to see deliverance right then and there in certain cases. So we're going to have to believe. You know, when you're kicked out by your family, or, you know, your woman kick you out, or depending on your living arrangement or whatever, or you get cut off from society, outcasted from society because you won't take the chip, and they deem you a threat to society, you're going to have to live by faith. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, your hope, right? You got to have hope, the evidence of things not seen. So we're going to have to believe in what we don't see, that the Lord will make a way. That's why it's imperative and it's important to get as much of this word now. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. Take it in now. Don't wait till the shit hit the fan, then all of a sudden decide, you know what, I'm going to get into the scriptures and build my faith up. Seek ye the Lord while he may be found. And with that, I'm going to say, Shalom.